Hello everyone, I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and you've probably seen this exercise before, but it's an exercise that I've done on several courses. And basically you take your piece of paper. This is an A3 size piece of watercolor paper. What is this? This is Winsor & Newton 300 GSM cold press. It's not 100% cotton, it's 25% cotton, but that's okay because I'm using this to play with today. I've also divided my paper up into these 8 squares. If you've got a smaller piece of paper, you could do 6 squares or even 4 squares. So don't feel that you have to have 8. I've got some water at the ready. The paints that I'm going to be using today are, this is yellow ochre. These are all Daniel Smith yellow ochre. Then I've got Lunar Blue, Pyrrole Orange, Mummy Bauxite, and what was that one? Oh, Ultramarine Turquoise. So those are the colours that I've squeezed out onto a palette to play with. And then I've pulled out a little bit of sponge. I've pulled out a palette knife. I've got a size 12 round. It does go to quite a good point. I've got this, it's called a scruffy. Yep. Anyway, and this branch detail brush, which is a bit like a rigger. And I've also got my Dr. Martens Bleed Proof White. And I am going to play today. So what shall we start with? I think I'm going to start with just spraying a little bit of my paper, not all of it. And let's start with what we're comfortable with. A size 12 round. And let's go for the Lunar Blue. Now you paint as if it's just one big painting. So I think I'm going to go across like that to start off with. And then I want a bit more of my Lunar Blue. And I'm not really aiming to do anything in particular. Let's grab some of this Mummy Bauxite. And of course, in the places where I've splatted or sprinkled the water, we're going to get some quite different effects going on. Okay, what should we have next? Let's go with the sponge and have some of the Pyrrole Orange. And get some of that in there. My gosh, that is bright. Okay, I want to get some other things going on. So we'll have some of that happening. And what else shall we? I think maybe I need to darken up the blue with the brown. Yes, that's it. Now I'm getting a much darker brown. Pretty. And I might let's add a bit more blue to that, and then I get this. Oh, that's nice. I get this kind of grey. Which is now getting contaminated, but let's maybe get some of that grey and a bit more of my blue. Do a bit of split splatting. I could tone that down a bit and get some splats in. Right, now what I haven't used yet is my, oh, it's my turquoise. Now, it's coming out really dark like that. Ah, there we go. Get some crossy bits going on. So I really am just playing. Now I'm going to get some white in there. I'm getting near the end of this jar. And then let's see if we can just get some pure white going on. Now, wow. Okay. Now I'm going to dry that off. What fun. Oh, I didn't do any of my yellow ochre. Oh gosh, no, we can't have that. Let's get some yellow ochre in there just to break things up somewhere. Yeah. Right, now let's dry. Once I get all of my brushes out of the water. And once it's dry, I'm going to take the washi tape off. And I'm going to cut them up and decide which ones I think will be good on their own. So let's just... Okay, that is now dry, but I've decided I'm going to use this on top as well. So I'm going to use this Scruffy and my white, so that I can just get in some places. Oh, I've dribbled my bleed proof white on the desk. Mind, we'll pull it up off the desk into each of the squares somewhere. And just, yeah, tone a little bits down here and there. Don't want to do a bit more on this one, maybe. Yep. Right. Now let's wipe that up as best I can for the minute. And we will dry that. Okay, I like that a bit better. Right, next job is to take this off. Now, which bit did I do last? This bit. Sure I'm in shot still. There we go. And oh, okay, let's try going from the other side. Got it. Phew. Okay, let's find an end here. Oh, and it's happened again. There, right, that's all of the washi tape off. So my next job is to cut these up. I might have to stand up to do this, that's better. Okay. I'll just make that one a bit thinner so that they're more equal. Okay. This is such a fun little exercise to do. How big is that one? Yeah. I'm just trying to make them kind of roughly the same size-ish. Right. Now I have all of my mini abstract paintings, and I rather like that one that way round. So I'm just going to spin them around a bit and decide, oh, that looks nice that way. And that looks nice that way. That one I think needs to go that way. That way. Hoping I can still get them all in. May have to move some bits. Maybe that way. Right. Now, I might not really like all of it. I don't really like that one. Right. Let's move you out of the way. I'm really liking the ones that have got these kind of go together, these four, in my mind. I put them like that. And those two are rather lovely. That one kind of, I really quite like it, but it kind of is almost on its own. And yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. Right. So I think there are some that go together. I think those two go quite nicely together. Those two go quite nicely together. and I like that one as a standalone. Now, what to do with them next, you're asking me. And yes, I think maybe I'll just throw it back out at all of you. No, I think that would look rather lovely on the front of a sketchbook. So I'm going to see if I can find a sketchbook for that one. These two, if I tidy them up a bit so that they're exactly the same size and square them off a bit better, I think those two look lovely side by side. So I'm going to start with, let's start with these two, and I'm going to find another piece of paper. So I found this A5 watercolor pad, and I'm going to use a couple of sheets, and what I want to do is trim these down and put them on there, and then there'll be an A5 size. So I'm going to do it so that it's not square. So I'm kind of rounding everything off, and then we've got one there, and I'll do the same with this one and have it kind of weaving in and out. In a circular motion. And then I'm going to get my glue. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oh, there we go. Up the other way. So we'll just lightly place that there for the minute. Put some glue on the back of this one. And then I just want to make sure I'm kind of spacing them nicely before I then press down. You do get a little bit of wiggle room with this glue. This is the Collall quick dry tacky glue. Okay, there I've put my two squares on that one, and then these two, which are fairly similar. Let's see in contrast whether we can kind of square them up a bit. So that they are more or less the same size. So let me get rid of all my rubbish. And then these two I can put on this one here. So let's stick some glue on these. Dribbling my glue everywhere. So that's the one I want at the bottom. No, I've done it the wrong way round. Let's take you off. Which way round do I want that? No, definitely the other way. Okay. Luckily still enough glue left on there. Right, so I've got one going landscape, one going portrait, and I will need to put them somewhere underneath a big book, which I will find in a moment, in order to get that to stick quite flat. But I can then put those in A5 frames. So let's just clean my desk off a bit. And this one, let's find a little sketchbook to put that one on. Okay, I have found a little sketchbook to put it on. Right, let's just wipe that off so as it doesn't get all too tacky, and do it up. And then that way. And that one I'm putting on the front of there. And these others that I'm not so keen on, I will use as finders keepers, and write some little positive quotes on the back, so they won't go to waste either. But you know, a real bit of fun there. Let's just make a bit of space so that I can bring these things back in again. So I've got this one, and this one that I've decided that I like from the whole selection, if you like. And yeah, this one really looks like a meadow with some fencing, similar there. Yeah, these are reminding me of kind of landscapey fences and things like that. So yeah, once I get them framed, in fact, hold on a tick. So I've got these frames here, and I know they're not quite, the glue isn't quite dry, but just to show you what I mean. So these open out, they've got magnets inside, and they very nicely fit. There we go. An A5 piece of paper. And this is when you peel the white backing off, it's sticky. And you can also peel off this front part, she says, which I will attempt to do right now. There we go, starting to go. So I've had to go on the corner. And then it's a nice crisp. Yay. So something a little bit different. I think that one needs to, can I just wiggle that round a bit still? Maybe not, because it's starting to dry. But yes, there we go. That's what I'm going to do with these. And I can even pop them back in their cellophane bag, she says. Well, anyway, you can pop it back in the cellophane bag. No, come along, I can do it. You can do it, Michelle. Just need to make sure that that bit is out of the way. Gosh, these are not easy to get back in. There we go. Eventually, we have done it. So that pops back in its cellophane bag, which is extremely sticky, in order to be able to sell it as a piece of art. But I'm keeping this, so I don't really need it in there. But yes, nice little abstracts. And I think we will use this one for this one here. Just get that positioned correctly. And get that cellophane bit off the front, which is easier said than done. It's always good when you find a little bit of a corner, because that kind of helps a bit. There we go. And all of a sudden, that then looks like a piece of art. So there we are. I just need to make sure that they are completely flattened. So I'm going to put them all together with a big book on the top, and that should do the trick. So something maybe to have a go at. I'll leave a link to these A5 frames that I mean, basically you can take them out, you can change what you put in them, so they are a bit of fun, and yeah, they just, this backing just peels off. She says, you know, you just have to there it is. So you just peel the back off, and then this, all of this is sticky, and you can stick it wherever you like. So I hope that was a little bit of let's put them up the right way, shall we? Hope that was a little bit of fun for you to do today. No, up that way. I think I'm umming and erring too much. It's one of those days, so forgive me, but I hope that you decide to have a little play yourselves, and you can use these as inspirations for bigger paintings, but it's also a nice warm-up exercise. You can use it as little tests for, will these colours go together and mingle together properly. Have fun, everybody. Until next time.